Ever wondered why you sneeze at the sight of a shrimp? Or why your skin itches like crazy after a bite of peanuts?
It's a wild ride, isn't it? The human immune system is a fascinatingly complex thing.
We're diving into the surprisingly interconnected worlds of allergies and parasitic worms today.
Turns out our body's reactions to these two things are more similar than you might think.
It's all about a type of immune response that's way more aggressive than it needs to be sometimes. So allergies, it seems like you can be allergic to practically anything, right?
Absolutely. Pollen, dust, insect stings, food, latex, even your own sweat. It's a crazy spectrum.
Sweat allergies?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep, it's a thing. Apparently, some people's immune systems overreact to their own sweat. It's called cholinergic urticaria.
And then there are parasitic worms. For our ancestors, these were a fact of life, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. In a world without modern sanitation, worm infections were incredibly common. Think about it. Water sources, waste disposal. It was a different world.
And these worms, they're not just one type, right?
Nope. We're talking about flatworms, roundworms, flukes, all with different life cycles and ways of infecting people.
So how does our immune system deal with these giant invaders? It's not like it can just swallow them whole, is it?
Exactly. These worms are too big for phagocytosis. The immune system needs a different strategy. It's all about type 2 immunity.
Type 2 immunity? Sounds intense.
It is. It involves a whole army of cells, mast cells, eosinophils, basophils, all working together to expel the worms.
Mast cells sound particularly dramatic.
They are. Think of them as tiny loaded bombs. They're packed with histamine and other inflammatory chemicals.
And when they explode,
It's a full-on assault. Histamine causes inflammation, mucus production goes into overdrive, and the body tries to flush the worms out.
and then the eosinophils and basophils join the fight?
Exactly. Eosinophils are like the heavy artillery carrying toxic chemicals to damage the worms. Basophils keep the inflammation going and call in more reinforcements.
It's like a full-scale battle inside the body.
It really is. And the worms, they're not just sitting there taking it.
The worms fight back? How?
They've evolved all sorts of clever ways to manipulate the immune system. They release chemicals to weaken the immune response, making it less effective.
So it's a constant arms race.
Absolutely. And this arms race has shaped both our immune systems and the worms themselves.
So how does all this relate to allergies?
Well, the theory is that the type 2 immune response, which evolved to fight worms, can sometimes get misdirected. It starts attacking harmless substances instead.
Like shrimp?
Exactly. Your body mistakes shrimp proteins for worms, and the whole inflammatory cascade kicks in.
And IgE antibodies are central to this whole process, right?
Yes. IgE antibodies are like the targeting system for this response. They bind to allergens and trigger the mast cells to release their chemicals.
So it's a case of mistaken identity.
Precisely. The immune system is seeing an enemy where there isn't one.
And the symptoms? They're not exactly subtle, are they?
No. We're talking about hives, swelling, breathing difficulties, digestive upset. It can be pretty serious. In severe cases, anaphylaxis can be life-threatening.
Anaphylaxis sounds terrifying.
It is. It's a whole body allergic reaction that can cause a dangerous drop in blood pressure and breathing problems.
But why do some people develop allergies and others don't? It's still a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
It is. There are many factors at play. Genetics, environment, microbiome, even the lack of exposure to worms.
So it's not just one thing.
No. It's likely a complex interplay of different factors.
And allergies are on the rise, aren't they, along with the autoimmune diseases?
Yes. The prevalence of both has increased dramatically in recent decades. The reasons are still being investigated.
It's a worrying trend.
It is. And understanding the connection between allergies, worms, and the immune system is crucial to finding solutions. The bottom line is that our immune system is a powerful but sometimes overzealous defender. It's a system that evolved in a very different world, and it's still adapting to our modern environment.
That was a great discussion. Thanks for shedding light on this fascinating topic.